Marrakech is the kind of city that never sleeps. During the night, the streets of the city come alive with endless energy, food, music, and chaos. But first, I need to get there. Join me on a midnight train across Morocco as I journey to the world's scam capital. I'm gonna uncover its rich history, vibrant culture, and breathtaking beauty, just before getting completely lost in the city's crazy nightlife. Good afternoon from Fez and welcome to this new video. We are going to the scam capital of Morocco. Maybe even the scam capital of the world, called Marrakech. Some people, they say that Cairo, the capital of Egypt, has more scams than Marrakech. Some people argue that it is Marrakech in fact. Right now it is around 6 p.m. or a little bit before 6 p.m. We're going to arrive in Marrakech a little bit after midnight, around 1 a.m. I'm going to show you a little bit of the train journey. You can see the station here behind me. The train ticket I bought here from Fez to Marrakech was around 260 dirham, which is pretty expensive compared to the other trips I've taken. So I'm just standing here next to the tracks. You can see the train is going to arrive from that area and then come this way, I think. And you can see this is one of the local trains here in Morocco. Alright, it's been around 1 hour since we started the train journey here from Fez to Marrakech. And right now I'm standing between the two cars or two boxes of the train, whatever you call them. As you can see here, you have one box, on the other side you have the other one. If we talk about the railway here in Morocco, you can say that the Moroccan railway has different types of train. You have the slow train, which is I'm on right now from Fez to Meknes to Penetra to Rabat, and from Rabat to Casablanca, from Casablanca to Marrakech. And then you have the high-speed railway, which is from the city of Casablanca to the northern part of the country. The initial railway system here in Morocco was created by the French in the early 1900s, so at least they did contribute to the country. Driving through the countryside here of Morocco, I just remembered another fact about the country. This country actually produces cannabis in large amounts legally and sells it to different countries in Europe and so on. And if you talk a little bit about the cannabis plant, you can say that if you take the leaves of the cannabis plant and dry them, you can create marijuana. And if you take the resin, which is the small liquid, then you can create hash, which is the more heavy stuff. The journey is going to be around 550 kilometers, which is going to take around 7 hours until we reach our destination. On the way here, I just booked my hotel, and a funny thing, they wrote in the mail I got that I should be very careful about scams and not follow anyone to the hotel. Instead, just use Google Maps alone. It's now around 11 p.m. in the evening or night, and as you can see outside, it is completely dark. It is also starting to get a little bit chilling, so I'm wearing this traditional jalaba which I bought in Chefchaouen. The train is also starting to get a little bit empty at this hour, so if I can find a cabin where there's only one person or it's completely empty, I'm gonna show you how the cabin looks like here in the train. So I just found one empty cabin here in the train, and as you can see, there are actually 8 seats in one cabin, one table which you can open, and some storage for the luggage. And I was actually just sitting here the most of the journey, just looking out the window. I just shifted from one cabin to another cabin because, as you can see here, this cabin is completely empty. So I can lay down here easily, and if I want to record some more videos or talk a little bit more to the camera, I'm not gonna disturb anyone. So guys, welcome to the city of Marrakech. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning after midnight, and my only job right now is to go to my hotel, rest and sleep. This is the Marrakech main station here, train station, and of course you have the McDonald's right next to it. I just took a taxi from 50 dirhams to this part of the city where my hotel is located. 50 dirham is definitely overcharging, but I saw that the price on InDrive is around 40 dirham. So if I hustled a little bit, I could maybe have pushed it down to 40, maybe even 35, maybe even 30. But in the end of the day, I'm extremely tired. When you're tired, you just want to go and rest. So you can get a little bit peace of mind. I just arrived at the hotel, as you can see here, and it is just a small basic room, not too expensive either, around $14-15 to be exact. And you can probably see in my eyes, that I'm extremely tired. So I'll continue this vlog tomorrow. See you. So we just finished our food, the pastilla. It was pretty good. I've never tasted, actually I have tasted once before the pastilla in Spain. And as you know, there is a lot of Moroccans living in Spain because of the ties between Morocco and Spain. It's pretty strong. And I also told you in the previous videos that the northern part of Morocco used to be under the Spanish protectorate status, and the southern part of Morocco, also known, hello, thank you. Thank you, very good, thank you. And the southern part of the country, which is this disputed territory, used to be a fully Spanish colony. So after walking a little bit, we just reached the main plaza area here in Marrakech, which is known as El Jamia El Fna or something like that. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Let me show you something here again in Morocco. This place here is known for its sweets. And here they also have some kind of samosa, which I only thought was Indian or South Asian in general. And you have so many different kinds of fruits here. And I don't know what they're doing. They're saying something in their local dialects. You have vendors here, traditional baskets and hats, which we saw a lot of when we went to rural Morocco. He wants me to try this juice you can see here. Which one is this?
Apple, pineapple, freeze, banana with orange.
Ah, okay. It's good. I want one small one. Small one. I'm trying to order one. أريد الصغير. صغير. عندك papaya? Papaya? Okay. I will get the small one, which is the papaya. It's a good price, it's 10 dirham. So these fruits you can see here, they're fake, but these ones are the real ones. The one on the top. So the guy, he tried to scam me. Basically, I told him that I wanted the small one for 10 dirhams. Then he said, okay, no problem. He made the big one for me for 20 dirhams. I gave him 10 dirhams and he said, no, 20, this is the big one. Then I told him, no, I asked you to give me the small one. Hello. Then he said, I don't have the small one. I made for you the big one. Obviously, you need to tell me that before you make the thing if you don't have the small one. Anyways, he just basically put half of this off. Like it was until here, I think. He put basically the top part off. And let's taste. It is good. It is good, papaya. And as you can see, there are not too many stores here actually as I expected. I think it might be because it is right now around 1 p.m., which is the hottest hour on the day. So we will definitely come back here during the evening and see if the rush is more. There is also a museum here just on the main square. I don't really like to go into museums too much except if it's an exceptional one, so I'm not gonna buy a ticket. You can see some of the guys here wearing the traditional attire here in Marrakech. Assalamu alaikum. He's telling me to come, but I just want to film a little bit from distance. Obviously, this is a public area, so you should be able to film at least to my knowledge. If you walk a little bit away from the main square, you can find the Qutubiyya Mosque, which is right there, and that is where we are heading now. Right behind me you can see one of these minivans, and the reason for that is there are a lot of different tours you can take from Marrakech to different parts of the country. There are desert tours to Marzuka, Tinrir and Ouarzazate. Then you can also take some tours to the western part of the country, to the coastal areas like Agadir, and you can also take some tours to the more mountainous parts where you go and see some waterfalls. But as you know, I'm not really a big fan of tours. I do really want to go to the Ouzoud waterfall, which is one of the largest waterfalls in Africa. But we'll see if I'm going to go on a tour. It is extremely cheap. It's only around maybe like $12, $13 for a whole day trip. But it's not always about the destination. It's also about the journey there. And the journey on tours is not fun for me, at least. It is also prayer time here now. So I think I'll go into the mosque, and why not just pray a prayer while we are here close to the mosque. This is the inside of the Qutubiyya Mosque. I'm not going to film too much because the prayer is about to start. But as you can see, it is pretty beautiful.
Brother, it's you. Brother, these 5.
Okay, shukran. Shukran. So he gave me this ice cream for 5 dirhams.
5.
Good. So guys, we basically just finished the prayer inside of the mosque here. And as you saw in the clip, the ice cream guy, he really wanted me to buy some ice cream for 5 dirhams. And to be honest, I didn't really want ice cream right now, but what can you say? When he's hardworking and he's only asking for 5 dirham, then why not? Another thing about this place here, just a mosque in general in Morocco, is that when the prayer time ends, you're not allowed to stay in the mosque, unlike other Muslim countries. I don't know why. It is a little bit weird because usually it is nice to just relax a little bit for 20 minutes, 30 minutes just inside of the shadows, but they don't allow you to do that here. Another interesting fact about Morocco, guys, is that they follow the Maliki school of thought, which is a school of thought where they do things a little bit different compared to, for example, South Asia, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and also the rest of the Middle East. For example, they eat snails here, which they don't really do in so many other places of the Muslim world, and they also pray a little bit differently. If you look at mosques here in Morocco, you will notice that they usually have one big minaret like this, and then a smaller prayer area with the opening in the middle, the courtyard thing. If you walk a little bit from the mosque behind me, you will come to a garden here close to the mosque where people there are relaxing in the shadow. And I think it's very appropriate to speak a little bit about the history of the city of Marrakech. The city of Marrakech used to be the capital of different empires, for example, the Muravid Empire and also the Muhad Empire. And if you look at the word Marrakech, people from Persia during old days used to refer to the whole region of Morocco as Marrakech. So this just shows how important this city used to be and still is today. I'm just going to relax a little bit here underneath the shadow of the tree you can see behind me. And then we'll go to our next destination in 15-20 minutes. I just spent around 1 hour laying in the shadow behind me, and now it's time to go to the ATM to get some money. Let's just take 1,000 dirham out. And here you have the money. To be honest, Morocco is actually a little bit more expensive than Tunisia, which I went to last year. So if your budget is more limited, then you should probably go to Tunisia. The two countries are very similar. I would just say that Tunisia is the less touristy one, and probably I would prefer to go to Tunisia than Morocco because of the lesser tourism, and it has most of the same things, most of the same architecture, history, and so on. As you can see behind me, you're going to see a lot of Africans here working and selling their stuff, and that is because Morocco is actually the 5th largest economy here in Africa. So a lot of the other African countries, or the inhabitants of the other African countries, they shift to Morocco or try to move to Morocco to earn a better salary. So the markets here in Marrakech are extremely similar to the ones in Fez. The only difference is just that the markets in Fez are more narrow. So right here you can see some lions made out of metal. And I just remembered that the national animal here in Morocco is actually the lion, as so many other countries. We have finally arrived here to the Madrasa bin Yusuf in Marrakech. And as you can see, it is extremely beautiful. The patterns here are in the Moroccan style, and it is absolutely stunning. If we take a closer look here, you can see that they have even written some Arabic on the wall. And this is written in another way, but I'm pretty sure that it is probably some Quran verses. The ticket was around 50 dirhams, which is for one person. And if we talk a little bit about what madrasas actually are, they're basically Islamic schools where people or students, they memorize the Quran, the holy book in Islam, and they study various kinds of religious books. This is one of the oldest madrasas in the whole Maghreb region, which is again Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, and so on.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
I just walked 10-15 minutes back to the plaza here, the Jamia Al Fana, and the plan is now to go back to the hotel, and I'll continue the video from here in the evening to show you the nightlife of Marrakech. Good evening and welcome back to the red city of Marrakech here in Morocco. As you can see behind me, it is nighttime now, and the bazaar or market here in Marrakech is just jam-packed with so many people. And people there are listening to music. Some place you can hear the Quran, some place you can hear people hassle and so on. Shukran. And it is jam-packed. I've just been walking here and it takes like 3 times the amount of time compared to during the day. As you can see, these eating places here are jam-packed. You probably have to wait like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes to get anything from this place. And this is why they call this place the most visited city in Morocco, and maybe even in the whole of Africa. You cannot even walk here. There's literally no space to walk. Oh my God. You just have to... Oh, and look here, you have some kind of sugarcane juice, which you can drink. There's a line also. And again, there are so extremely many people here. And as you can see, the guy here, he is selling samosas. And this is actually one of the first foods I ate when I came to Morocco in Rabat. Shukran. This is actually not the main square, but just a smaller square next to the main square I showed you before in the video. And let me show you something famous about the city of Marrakech. If you look there, you can see that there is a terrace cafe thing where people, they go up to eat dinner, drink some coffee, maybe some tea and so on. And the city of Marrakech is extremely well known for these kind of terrace cafes where people do these kinds of things. This square you can see here is just a little square. It's not even the main square like the one I showed you during the daytime. So you can imagine if there are so many people on the little square, imagine how jam-packed the main square is gonna be during the nighttime. What a view, man, what a view. I'm so glad I didn't choose to just sleep because I was a little bit tired, because when you walk during the daytime, you are going to get a little bit drained because of the hot weather. But I must tell you, the night view and the nightlife of this place is way better than walking during the daytime. Even though if you go during the daytime, you can see some of the more, Marrakech is the best, huh? And also, I feel a little bit more happy and comfortable in this city compared to Fez, where you had too many people following you and trying to scam you. Obviously, you are also going to find scams at this place, but it's not too much like in Fez. Also, you can see here, this is an olive place, where you have so many different kinds of olives. You have the green olives, the red olives, and the black olives here you also have. They have some olive oil, different kinds of things in these shops. So yeah, awesome. I also told you in some of the previous videos that in Morocco, men and women generally wear more colorful clothing than compared to other Arabic countries, like in Egypt, where people mostly wear black, brown, and white. Also compared to Saudi Arabia, where they mostly wear white for the men and black for the women. But in Morocco, there are these traditional jalabas, which comes in all colors for both men and women. I've even seen some jalabas here in Morocco which are pink and purple. You can also see here the more relaxed version for women to wear at the house, compared to the more large kaftans or jalabas that the women wear here. Because you can see the short sleeves here are not meant to be worn outside, or at least, you know, traditionally. But let's also talk a little bit about this when we speak about Morocco. It is a religious country, but it is not as religious when you look at the numbers compared to, for example, other countries like Saudi Arabia and the Gulf countries in general, maybe even Syria. If I should guess why this is the situation here today, it is probably because of the French influence during the time of the Protectorate here in France, or here in Morocco. I also just noticed that they have some areas of trash cans here, trash containers, which is the first time I've seen this in a public area here in the main place in Marrakech. So this is nice. When you probably saw before that I bought some juice and I couldn't find any place to throw the juice plastic can out. So I just took it with me to the hotel. This place is so crazy, man. I don't even know what to say. Look at how many people there are here compared to the daytime. During the daytime, you wouldn't even find 6 people sitting here. But now there are so many people just performing, selling juice. I don't know what this guy here is doing. He's also doing something. This old lady, she's taking photos and so on. It's so awesome to be here. It's so fun. Be aware, if you film the street vendors here, you are going to be asked for money. And that guy, he just wanted some money. I gave him 3 dirhams, he was happy, and then I went. So it is what it is, but it's okay. They are performing after all, and people are looking, so it is expected to pay a little bit. And here you can see that they are playing some kind of games where they're trying to fish different kind of Coca-Cola, Fanta bottles, and so on. To be honest, I am getting a little bit overwhelmed, but in a good way today compared to Fez. So it's incredible. Just watch, you know, there's so much going on wherever you look. So many people doing so many different things. I don't even know what half of this stuff is, but it's fun just to watch and walk. I spent 1.5 hours around the plaza area, and now it's time to head back to the hotel. Even though right now it is 10 p.m. or actually more than 10 p.m., it is jam-packed with people, as you can see. And this is actually quite normal in the hotter countries like Morocco, Saudi Arabia, and so on. Even in Saudi Arabia, when I was there, they actually first They actually first go home around midnight or after midnight, even 2 p.m., 3 p.m. in the morning. Then they go home to sleep. Because what can you do during the day when it is so hot? Right now, the summer is just starting to begin and you're just sweating the whole day. And it's still jam-packed. I just bought one medium shawarma from this place for 27 dirhams. And they're making it right now. I hope that you learned a little bit about the red city of Marrakech in this video. There's no reason to drag the video longer. See you in the next one.